Some cars follow trends and some redefine them. Born from adventure and built with attitude, this is the Jaecoo J5. And this EV actually comes with a spare tire. So the Jaecoo J5 comes with a 58 kilowatt hour LFP battery that's mated to a front mounted 155 kilowatt motor that produces a proper 288 newton meters of torque and can do 0 to 100 kph in just under 10 seconds. And this car has an estimated range of 402 kilometers from WLTP testing. Currently, I have the car at over 90% of battery and it's showing me above 400 km of range. Let's see how true that falls. As for utility, this car comes with a super convenient ground clearance of 185 mm paired to a 2.6 meter wheelbase car. Oh, and it has a very proper usable square shaped boot of 480 liters that can be expanded to 1180 liters with the rear seats folded down in that traditional 60:40 ratio. Oh, and I just found out that this car has a very usable size front at the front too. And as for charging, Jaecoo and Nepal claim that, well, let's do the math here. If you find a proper 130 kilowatt DC fast charger, then this thing is going to juice up in around 30 minutes, but chances are you and I are gonna take it home, plug it into a 7 kilowatt fast AC charger, which again, roughly doing the math, is about an 8 hour for 0 to 100, so full charge overnight. And as for safety, since there's a whole list of them, I'll have it up on the screen now. Alright, that was a whole handful. So what about the exteriors? The Jaecoo J5 makes a powerful first impression with this very boxy, aggressive design. Like, it looks very muscular and totally gives strong road presence vibes. Almost has that Range Rover-esque vibe, doesn't it? So starting at the front, you have sensors baked into the top there, boneless wipers there, and I already have the bonnet open, so it's hydraulics. This came as a surprise to me. A good decent size front. You have your wiper fluids here. Some things here. This looks like brake fluids. More things here. I don't see anything underneath this one. And then this should be your fuse box. And yes, your 12-volt battery. Alright, that concludes most of it. I guess the rest of the front wheel drive motor that's powering this powerful car is underneath. Closing that, and you have a proper Jaecoo badging at the front underneath this layer of transparent plastic. Then coming to the side, your headlights, I really like these designs. It's like a proper C-shaped DRL. These are LED headlights. Oh, and if you scoot over to the other side, you'll see that the indicator is also integrated into this massive unit. Again, EV, so no front grille, but you do have an opening at the bottom down there for your AC radiator, your nameplate, and then there is a very subtle BEV written there next to the nameplate. Oh, and 540 degrees of camera coverage down there, up there. So it basically stitches its image underneath the car as well, not just around the car. And moving to the side, I definitely see one parking sensor there and the other one on that side for the front. So the side, first is this motorized charger flap. It's a CCS type 2 port. So your DC and your AC are both tucked in very neatly, and I'm assuming this button closes it. Yes. And then you have again that C-shaped indicator. I'm really a fan of that. These are electronically adjustable and foldable. Then coming down, you get GT Control P10 tires. So these come with the size 235, 55 R18s, and this, I don't think it's an aero cap, but yeah, it's the rim itself, definitely tuned for aerodynamics. And stepping back out, again, you really get that Range Rover-esque vibe, don't you, with that boxy design and everything. You have plastic cladding at the bottom. This is again a 2.65 meter wheelbase to be precise. You get a roof rail on top, very sleek. And then you have a panoramic moonroof that doesn't open, but it does a phenomenal job of letting natural light in. Big windows at the front and at the back. And while we're checking out the windows, let me open it. That is a good wide ingress and egress situation, meaning that would be very comfortable. Good thud too. And then you have a C-pillar here, another glass window here, but this one probably is much smaller to like maintain privacy of your baggage behind. And then again, coming towards the back of the car, I'm just a fan of these lights on this car, sleek and minimal. I hope people see them, but striped LED lights, your indicator here, your rear light broken into 3 strips, and the top mounted massive spoiler, like this is a big behemoth of a thing, is probably the highlight. You again have a very tiny thin brake light on top. You do have a wiper at the back, but it's tucked in neatly inside. I love that feature. It just looks clean at the back. Again, very Range Rover-esque, doesn't it? And a big, loud and proud Jaecoo badging. Another camera there. Again, loud and proud Jaecoo 5 on this side, EV on that side. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4 parking sensors. I see a tow hook, and I have the fog lights turned on, so I guess that's why that reflector is on as well. But overall, what do you think about the looks? Like, I'm really, really getting Range Rover looks and vibes. Automatic rear tailgate. Good massive size boot that I've already mentioned. Oh, and this car does later on come with a rear spare wheel at the back, but for now this is a demo unit and doesn't come with it, as I've been told. You have a 12-volt boot space, 12-volt socket here, and really good loading and like unloading space. So anyway, let's go and check out the interiors now. All right, as for the interiors of this car, big, heavy, bulky door here. So one touch for your windows, your mirror folding, unfolding button here, storage cubby, speaker down there, tweeter up here tucked away, more storage space. This is electronically adjustable 6 ways, front, back, recline up and down, and then this is also ventilated at the front. Your headlight controls and your boot opening is on this side. You have an AC vent here, and then this is a very wide steering wheel. So starting off with the driver's side, it's a 8-inch diagonal display with just the bare amount of information, but the right amount of information. On the left hand side of the steering wheel, you have your ADAS and like cruise control, as well as a programmable button, and then your indicator, blind spot, and your wipers controls, both at the front and at the back, all on the side. Love that. On the right hand side, your gear lever, and then your media controls, as well as voice assistant.
I'm listening.
Close the sunshade.
Okay.
Cool, that did the trick.
Go ahead.
Open the sunshade.
Okay.
And this is a massive panoramic sunroof, if you haven't noticed. So while I'm pointing the camera upwards, you have lights. This is your sunshade control, but you have lights here. And then your sun visors do have a mirror as well as a little light to illuminate in the dark. This seems to be a manual anti-glare rear view mirror, and there seems to be a right hand side USB for your dash cam. I like that this car has been adjusted for right hand side, because most cars will have this on the other side because it's all left hand drives abroad. Anyway, then coming down to the center console, 13-inch diagonal vertical screen, and I love the fact that there is finally a different layout in the Chinese EVs. Otherwise, it's always a horizontal floating touchscreen of like a multitude of different sizes. However, I did find one thing wasteful, and that is this AC vent. It extends way back here, and so a part of the cooling, probably like 1/5 of it, gets behind here, and then the same on that side. Another AC vent there. It's soft touch materials up here, but this is plastic. It's a very industrial looking upright car. You have a glove box. I have some knickknacks, my wallet and paperwork in here. It's decently sized, not the biggest, more cubbies down there. This angle is very upright, like this entire car, but the seat cushioning is quite good, firm, and while I wouldn't say this really hugs you tightly, it does wrap around you and keep you well cushioned. Speaking of this part, it is a armrest, and underneath that though, this part is surprising because I not only have my camera gear in here, but oh, would you look at that, an entire selfie stick. So yeah, this is quite deep and also extends outwards. And then two, again, diagonal cup holders here. I feel like this is a bit of a funny design language. Everything's diagonal in here instead of just keeping it horizontal. And here is the key fob. I know it's in a Ziploc at the moment, but it says Jaecoo on one side, and the other side has the usual, so unlock, boot opening, lock, and then like find the car. So that's cool. Mode buttons here, hazard lights here, lock button here, also locks automatically. Oh, and I almost forgot, you have your USB A and USB C down there, and then this is another decently sized storage space down here. All right, now let's check the back. It's again a very tall upright car, but you have like ample amount of space at the back. Under thigh support was what I was most worried about, but there is a good amount of under thigh support here. Knee room for my driving height of 5'9" seems to be on the good side. This panoramic sunroof just adds so much of natural light at the back, and you're sat up high that you have a good view outside the rear windows. Soft touch materials here, and then you do have a compartment for your phones and items there. And what about the middle seat? Because it's a tad bit shorter. Well, as long as your back is up against the armrest, I think there is good amount of stability and support, and it should make for good amount of room for 3 full-size adults. Speaking of which, at the back seat, you do get one AC rear vent and one USB-A port. I think they could have done better with more than that. You get 2 ISOFIX points on each side of the seat, and then you get a armrest with 2 smaller size cup holders, not for your big bottles, but probably for your to-go cups, 3 headrests, and yeah, I think this definitely would be a comfy, nice seat in longer drives. You also get coat hooks there, so that was a nice touch. The one thing I will probably give a warning about is the light color fabric, and I understand that Jaecoo did this to make the cabin look more comfier and roomier, but the downside of that is that it's going to be harder to maintain. So oh my god, another rainy day review. All right. Seatbelts check. Turning off the hazard lights. Mic check. Wipers on. Shifting into drive. Side light on. That was a long checklist. Always drive responsibly and safely. And today, I'm again about to be mighty safe because it's raining. Alright, like Nepali companies have done it again. Like this car, the Jaecoo J5, was just launched in the spring of 2025. And for your context, right now I'm reviewing this in August 2025, so just barely a couple of months after its debut. Like, if someone had told me just a couple of years ago that Nepal would be getting the newest and fanciest of EVs right after their launch, I would have called bogus on that. But this car comes with 288 Newton meters of torque delivered by a front wheel drive motor, and it's surprisingly so damn smooth. Like, foot down, it just takes you. I'm in eco mode and it's so damn ample too. Like, there's actually a percentage gauge on my center console here, and this car gives you 3 modes: an eco, a normal, and a sport. And you can easily change it thanks to this button right here below the center console. And trust me when I say this, the traction on this car is phenomenal, unless you like really floor it. Otherwise, I haven't had any issues. But an oopsies I had with this car is that I confused my indicator and my right stalk and left stalk. So just for your reference, the right side is for your gear change and your left side is for your indicator change. I was trying to make a left lane change as soon as I got the car and pushed the right stalk up, but that scared me because that switched the car into neutral just when I was about to overtake and switch lanes. Luckily though, it required just one more tap down to shift it into drive, but that was quite startling, I'll be honest. Most cars don't let you switch into neutral like that, but just keep that in mind. Adding to the comfort and confidence of this car is also the suspension setup. Like, it's the same McPherson strut setup at the front and a rear multi-link setup. And even with 18-inch rims though, which can get bouncy, it's safe to say that the tuning on this has been quite good. Like, it's stiff enough so that the ground clearance doesn't sag when it gets heavy, but it's also soft enough to accommodate our bumpy, pothole-filled roads so that they aren't much of a problem. And honestly, braking too, I feel like it's adequate for this car. It's got 4 disc brakes, which is mostly provided in most cars these days, but the front of which are also ventilated, and the brake feel is quite relaxed, so there's nothing too bitey and like will jerk you ahead. So as for ergonomics on this car, this might be the spot. I love this part, the view, the ergonomics I was just talking about. Your interaction with this car feels honestly quite unique. Like, because of this wide steering wheel, it's 2-spoke and has like a flat bottom, and your seating position is very upright and commanding. Like, the boxy shape of this car that I just mentioned gives you a fantastic front view of the bonnet and what's ahead. And like, I can clearly see in all directions where my bonnet ends. And in addition to that fantastic view overall, I also get a 540-degree camera, not a 360, because this also projects your underneaths. And as a result, I have just overall good confidence as to where I am directing and positioning the car. Oh, and bonus tip, there's a favorite button on the steering wheel on the left that you can actually program to pull up the camera at lower speeds. However, on rainy days like this, the one thing I did notice about visibility was that this car does come with auto rain sensing wipers, but even on the highest sensitivity, I've noticed that it is a bit slow. So a quick change of the dial to a low or a high easily solves it. Good horn too, nice. However, the sound system on this I found to be just average. Like, it could use bassier, thumpy low ends. However, the mids and highs are pretty okay. Oh, and I was watching a PR video of this car, and it looks to me that this car is actually pet-friendly material. In case you're a family like mine that travels with my dog a lot, good job, Jaecoo. And I'm sure you've been curious about efficiency on such a large road presence car. Oh, there's actually a truck coming in front. Thank you. Yeah, I'm in a tight area. And efficiency though, it's been well above 10 kilowatt hour, around the 12s to be honest, 12, 13, 14s. But given some pushing as I climb up mountains nearby the capital of Nepal, it does tend to peak a bit higher. However, AC is quite good on this, so consumption won't rise just that quickly. And that brings us to the end of this review of the Jaecoo J5, a bold new player in the premium mid-size SUV segment. From the aggressive modern exterior design to the feature-packed and tech-savvy interior, the J5 brings serious heat to the table, checking almost all the boxes I could think of today. And trust me, it was a rainy, wet day. I had extra check boxes. Yes, it's a relatively new name in the market, but if you're someone who wants tech, style, comfort, and good road presence at a relatively affordable package, then I definitely think that the new Jaecoo J5 is a seriously tempting package. Anyway, that's me for this review on this wet, rainy monsoon day. Do let me know how this car stands out, or doesn't, against its other mid-size competitors in the market in the comment section down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.